Correctional Facility, MDOC, Warden Noah Nagy, and trade instructor with Vocational Village, Kevin East. Guys, welcome.
Hey, Bart.
Nice to have you back here, Noah. And Kevin, it's your first time on our show.
It is my first time here. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here. We've had a chance here at JTV to visit the Vocational Village and the various career and job prep programs that you have. This is something that is, you've told us how critical it is in rehabilitation.
Yeah, you guys were out when we last August, as a matter of fact, when we had our kickoff for our new vehicle technology center, and we created a heavy-duty diesel mechanic. We moved automotive over to our new building as well, CDL. And then we've got various trades, CNC, line cutting, tree trimming, building masonry, or building trades in concrete masonry. A lot of different things going on, and with great trades instructors, they do a great job of getting into the details of the work that folks that when they complete these programs will be involved in when they pro to the communities. The nice thing about our vocational village is all the trades come with either a state or national certification. It's just, it's not a, certificate that said, hey, good job, you completed it. You're getting, a state or national certification. And with Kevin's program in automotive, he goes into a lot of different programs and works closely with a lot of folks on the outside to make sure we're providing up-to-date training. It's, it's one thing, especially with cars, it's not just screwing a couple of screws or, unlocking a few things here and there now. I mean, a lot of this stuff is pretty high technology, and, being able to stay up with that technology, working on vehicles, helps our guys that be up and be able to walk into a Ford dealership or another dealership and, start right where they belong.
Kevin, are you a mechanic?
I was a mechanic for almost 15 years before working at the Vocational Village here in Jackson.
How did you get into this job?
Well, I had a friend that was working for the department, and he had heard about the Vocational Village and the concept that they wanted to do with helping people with their rehabilitation and re-entering society, and I thought that'd be something I'd be proud to be part of. And
how does a resident of the facility decide which course that they want to get into? Is it competitive? Do they have to pass a test, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's certain qualifications in regards to behavior and that type of thing, and then also we want guys closer to their earliest release date. So you don't want a guy completing a program and then still have another 6 years to go. It kind of defeats the purpose. We want guys that are closer, and generally they work with some other staff that we have, and deciding which are best fits for them. For example, line cutting, tree trimming. That's, you start climbing up a structure and have to cut trees, and you're looking, 50 feet down. Not everybody. That's not for everybody. So getting into that, and then you got to be able to, do the job and understand the job and want to do the job. As Kevin would say, there's a lot of work that goes into, working on vehicles and having the patience and understanding and, wherewithal to deal with some of the things that they have to deal with and working on vehicles.
How long have you been teaching at the facility?
This October I'll have 8 years in at the facility. So the Vocational Village there had its grand opening in June of 2017, and it wasn't all the trades that are there now. I started in October of 2017, and we've been growing ever since.
You've been able to then successfully graduate people from your program.
Yes.
Do you then help them get a job, or what's the process from their release? They've got their certificate. How do they get a job?
So about 60 days prior to the release, they'll go and meet with a job developer, and we'll talk about the different type of jobs that are available in their area and things that they might be interested in. We have hundreds of employers on an email blast, so all their resumes go out to everybody, and lots of times we get employers that just from that email blast get back with us interested in some of our candidates. And if that doesn't happen, we'll reach out to other people in their area, and we've had real good success placing lots of people in what I call careers, because that's really what we want them to turn into. We don't want somebody to be in a temporary position. We want something that they can get into and grow and become an asset to whatever team they join.
So we have people that have successfully completed your program working all over as mechanics.
Yes. Not only successfully completed the program, but have seen great success in their personal and professional lives years after they've left.
To have that job, to have the training and be able to, right from release, get work, that's got to be a very important part of avoiding the recidivism.
Oh, it is. I mean, if you got an individual who goes out and has no job, and now has got to spend time trying to find a job, well, then, as we all know, bills start piling up, and it causes extra stress, and who knows what happens. If you're able to transition with the job or shortly after into the community, and you start making a livable wage, and that's the other thing. These guys are making livable wages. It's something where an individual can come out, make the appropriate amount of money, support his family or the family, and then, as Kevin said, have a career. And to the point there with getting guys jobs, not only do we reach out to folks, but we have employers that come into the village and actually do interviews prior to release, which is a huge piece, because the quicker an individual can get a job, certainly benefits everybody.
So it's not, you haven't found it to be a roadblock. As an employer, they get handed a resume and there's like a 8 to 15 year gap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, so what Kevin and all the trades instructors do, and Principal Friedman, is they're mimicking a workday. So, for example, Voc Village starts 6:30 in the morning, goes to 2:30. So it's Monday through Friday, 8-hour day. Attendance is a must. Understanding the importance of showing up to work on time, showing up, prepared to work, do what needs to be done in that 8-hour workday. Understanding that if there's other things an individual has to do, for example, some form of programming, you're going to do that later in the day or evening, because you got like everybody else, you have a job, and then you have other things you have to do later in the day. So we try to mimic through the village that workday and hold them to the accountability of a workday. So it's easier for us to talk to employers and say, look, we've seen this guy for the last 6 months or 9 months or a year, whatever it may be, do what needs to be done, and he's going to show up and do a good job. And then when guys go out and parole, obviously them going out and doing a good job.
So you're the reference. You're the reference.
Well, again, we've seen the work.
Yeah. What are your students like? How is it teaching inmates?
The one thing that's nice about our program is, being that I'm the only instructor, it's a smaller group of people. I'll have anywhere from 15 to 20 students, and that really gives me quite a bit of time to where I can teach individually to each one at their own level. So we do what they call open enrollment. So when one student leaves, another one will come in to replace them, usually the next day. So we have people that are in class first day, where I might have somebody that's already master certified that's been in class for over a year. So that kind of helps too, to where I can teach people, and then other students can also help teach each other.
You must have to have a lot of technology and equipment to teach these various trades that you have at Vocational Village.
Yeah, our Offender Success Administration and Education Department do a great job of, they go out to the different areas, the trade schools, the community college, and see what is the teaching at right now. What are we teaching on now to prepare folks to go to these jobs? And so we try to mimic that and make sure we're staying at that level or even higher at times, just so we have folks prepared as we can to get when they get released. And it's been successful. Our employment rate for the villagers is around 72% generally. Our recidivism rate for villagers 12% compared to 22% for the entire population. So it has shown success. The nice thing too is the guys in the village. We get a lot of folks that want to see the village, and they get comfortable talking to people. Kevin was talking to me in the green room about a guy. How you never hear about what a great job you do. You just hear if there was a problem. So just getting used to those type of things, and the instructors do a great job of preparing them for what it's going to be like working in the shop and dealing with the public and those type of things.
So there's chainsaws and monkey wrenches and
There's all the tools that you need in a shop.
Yeah, when we first opened, it was a real learning curve for everybody involved to be bringing that type of equipment into a facility that never had that type of stuff before. So it was a learning process for everybody, and tool control is a concern. That's one of the tools I use to teach the people, is that when you get out of here and you're working in your shop and you're working on cars, if you come up missing a tool, that's going to slow you down. You're not going to be as efficient. You're not going to be as good at your job as you could be. So keeping everything accounted for and making sure everything's where it needs to be will really help you grow to be successful at lots of things in life.
yeah, you can't lose a tool on a real job either.
No, you can't.
You have a semi truck. You're teaching drivers.
We have simulators, the CDL simulator. So we have 3 of those.
It's like college. You have, I guess, semester. You've got another round of classes starting this month.
So, well, like Kevin said, some of the classes are open enrollment, or some of the trades are open enrollment. So it's continuous. The classes are just as one becomes available. A slot comes available, we move somebody in. Then we've got a couple where we complete a group and then we move them in. So that varies on time frames. For the vocational village.
And when they graduate from their educational program. Do they also graduate from the facility? Are they?
We try to, as much as possible, we're working to where, guys who complete the trade, they're close to their ERD. Ideally, that's the best case scenario is you complete, and we have stackable credentials, so you could complete automotive and, depending on the time frame, complete another trade. So we do have that ability as well. But the ideal behind this is you're getting the instruction, you're receiving the state or national certification, and you're working with our job developer to work on potential employment depending on where you're pulling to, and then ideally we best case scenario, we have the interview and everything set up prior to you walking out the door, and then from the time you parole to in a very short time turnaround, you're working whatever job that is.
Kevin, it's got to be really rewarding knowing that you're helping someone essentially get their life back.
It is real rewarding, and we do have lots of people come through the programs that have seen success in life before, and it's good to see them go out and do well. But it's real satisfying when you see somebody that comes in that might have never been employed before, or extremely underemployed, and when they take your program and then they leave, they're going to step into a job to where they're actually bringing something to the table other than just being a person filling a spot. So they can show up and they can really be an asset to a company, and that'll help them grow and be successful.
When we talk about the wide variety of jobs available at MDOC, that's a great example. Teachers and in addition.
We've had healthcare teachers, principals, trades instructors, and we've got a wide range of trades instructors. And some of our trades instructors come from the field and the community. In Kevin's situation, he was working out in the community at a shop, a dealership, and came to us. We've had other staff who were MDOC employees in other areas, maintenance or custody even, as one of our trades instructors, and now they're working as trades instructors in something in a field that they're familiar with. And again, the biggest thing about our trades instructors is their passion for what they're teaching, and they do a great job, and certainly set an example for these guys to follow.
The next graduation with Jackson College is July 24th.
Yep, we got a graduation coming up July 24th. I think we have 37 individuals getting their associate's degree. So it's always a nice event. Several of the facilities have had their graduations already this spring, summer. But we got ours coming up July 24th, so looking forward to that. And it's it's always, again, there's another accomplishment. In some instances, it's the first person in their family that they've received a degree, and so it's always a great moment for all of us to share.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the success. I know you've been honored with numerous awards. And it is a program that I think the rest of the country has their eye on. So nice job.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Bert.
From the Parnall Correctional Facility, Warden Noah Nagy and trade instructor with Vocational Village, Kevin East. We've got lots more on the show today.